Hey, I'm Andy, and you're with Namaste at Home Yoga. Today's practice is going to be a little bit on the lighter side, a little bit gentler. Maybe you're just waking up in the morning, maybe from a really excellent nap, and just wanting to get things moving a little bit again. So if you want to join me on your mats, find that little bit of space, and just find a comfortable seated position to get started. Again, get the sit bones grounded in your mat. Let the hands come to rest at the sides, maybe on the knees. Allow the spine to grow tall and eyes to gently close. Taking a moment to find yourself here, noticing how you're feeling, how you're settling. If stillness wants to be there, or maybe we're feeling a little bit more prone to movement. Wonderful. Starting with some really gentle half circles up the neck. We'll slowly bring the right ear down towards the right shoulder. Rolling forward, chin to chest. Left ear, left shoulder. Chin to chest. Right ear, right shoulder, opening up the side of the neck. Chin to chest. Making our way over to the left side. Chin to chest. Going through one more each way. Take your time here. Sweeping through center. Find that second side. You can find your way back to a tall spine once you're done. Softly open the eyes if they're still closed. Let's find our way into our tabletop today. Hands coming to stack under shoulders, knees stacking under hips. Moving with that breath still, let's find the inhale to drop the belly, head, chest, and hips all lift. Exhale, press through the hands, press through the knees, around the spine. Inhale, belly drops, head, chest, hips lift. Exhale, round. One more, dropping that belly. Find expansion as the chest draws forward and up. Exhale, round, gaze past those hips. Beautiful. Adding a little bit more movement here. Let's start to bring the ribs around in more of a circle. If you had a hula hoop around your midsection right now, we're going to try to reach all of the edges of that hula hoop. You're going to start by dropping down as you were before. Belly comes down. Then send the ribs over to one side. Maybe head and tailbone go to the right side of the mat. Rounding through cat, gaze towards hips. And then send that head and tailbone to the left side of the mat. Ribs go right. Allow that belly to drop. Find that expansion. One more this way. Head and tailbone go right. Ribs left. Start to shift into the rounded back. Press the ground away from you. Head and tailbone going left. Belly drops. Let's go a couple in the opposite direction. Even things out. Head and tail left. Rounding through the spine at the top. Head and tailbone going right. Dropping the belly down. Last one. Head and tail move left. Press through the top of that circle. Rounding through the spine. Head and tailbone going right. Dropping that belly, lifting through the chest once more. Very nice. Let's walk the knees about mat width apart. Send the hips back for a wide knee child's pose. You can allow the arms to rest overhead. Maybe forehead finds the mat as well. If it doesn't quite reach, you can always come to stacked palms. Maybe stacked fists. Just give it a little bit of a rock side to side wherever you are. Massage out the forehead. And then find a couple of breaths to sink in. Each exhale brings the hips a little bit heavier. Activate the arms a bit here, fingers spread wide, palms are pressing down. Slide the shoulders down and away from the ears so elbows might come to lift slightly. Inhale to your tabletop. You can tuck the knees back under hips. And warming up through our spine a little bit. Find a long line from the crown of the head out your tailbone. We're going to start by sending the right arm forward, left toes back, either to touch or maybe to hover. Checking in with that balance, waking things up. And exhale brings you back to the mat. Other side, left arm reaches forward, right toes are drawing back on the mat, maybe they come to hover. Core stays really strong, belly button drawing in towards the spine. Excellent, bring that down. You can send the legs out in front of you. Just finding a comfortable seated position once more. You can come back to cross-legged if that's available. Always an option to bring a block or a cushion under the sit bones if this one is less comfortable. And just finding a really gentle twist to start things off. Inhale to get tall. As you exhale, the right hand reaches for the left knee. The left hand comes behind you like a bit of a kickstand, but just to remind you to keep your tall spine, not really holding you up here. Next, exhale can send you back through center. Inhale, get tall. Exhaling, twist. Left hand finds the right knee. Really nice. Exhale, bring that back through center. Right foot can stay tucked in, and we'll send that left leg away. Finding a gentle side bend here. We'll reach the left hand towards the shin, maybe the ankle, or peace fingers can grab for big toe. Inhale, send the right arm high. Exhale, starting to fold over to the side, open through that chest. Left arm can add a gentle bend to the elbow if it's available. Sit bones staying firm and grounded on your mat. And if shoulders don't love this one, maybe we'll tuck that hand behind the head, almost like you're doing a tricep stretch. And then moving with the breath, just tiny, tiny adjustments. Each inhale starts to open the chest towards the ceiling a little bit more. Maybe those exhales help you to feel a bit more grounded here. Next inhale brings you back up. Exhale, release the arms down. We're going to find a forward fold over that bent leg. Coming right between the bent leg and your straight one here. Moving straight forward, get really tall on the spine. Again, keep those sit bones grounded. If it still helps to be sitting on a block or a cushion, you're more than welcome to. And then take a few breaths to start to draw the body forward and down. Maybe finding bent arms, maybe finding forearms. Find that neutral spine, that long spine. Draw up out of the crown of the head for 2 more breaths. Next exhale, let it go. Just melt into this one. Maybe the back rounds, forehead gets heavy. That extended leg is welcome to bend a bit if that feels better. Notice if the sit bones are starting to inch up. Can we melt them back to the mat? exhales bring you just a little bit heavier here. One more, make it your fullest. And then take your time finding your way back up top. You can go ahead and switch legs. Left foot tucks in towards you. We'll send the right leg away. Coming into our side bend first. Right hand finds the right leg, maybe ankle or peace fingers to that big toe. Inhale, left arm reaches high. Exhaling to fold. Find that side bend. Sit bones so heavy, so grounded. Make an option to tuck that arm behind the head if that feels better for the shoulder. Still gonna get that same beautiful opening through the left side body. Use that breath here if you're starting to roll forward. Inhale, small movements to help open. About 3 more here. Where can we bring this space? Beautiful. Find that next inhale to bring you back up. Exhaling, release the arms and set for our forward fold again over that tucked foot. Inhale, draw the crown tall. Exhale starts to draw the body forward and down, maintaining that long neutral spine. Sit bones still grounded in the mat. They love to sneak up here, so keep an eye on them. Finding 2 more. Chest drops forward. That next exhale, just let it go. Allow yourself to melt down, get heavy. Let gravity do some of the work for you. Relaxing through the right ankle, maybe finding a slight bend to the right knee. If you'd prefer to rest the arms or the upper body on a cushion, again, you're more than welcome to. Last few here. Make the forehead smooth. Relaxing the jaw, gently parting the teeth. Next inhale starts to bring you back up. You go ahead and release those legs, bring foot soles to the mat. Just give yourself a little windshield wiper side to side, releasing the hips. And setting up for almost like a gentler version of pigeon. We're going to bring one leg parallel to the top of your mat. Find about a 90-degree bend at that knee, at the hips, and at your back knee. Almost setting up like a pinwheel pattern. Here it should be really hard to bring both sit bones down. That's perfectly fine, perfectly normal. If you were sitting on a cushion, adjust as you need to. That might still feel okay here. You might prefer without. And then with your front leg, whichever one is closer to the top of your mat right now, start to inhale, get tall. As you exhale, drawing the body forward. And maybe a little bit lower. Again, this one will take nice and passive here, letting yourself round over the leg. It's going to be less intense if you're over the knee. As you move closer to your foot, the intensity builds. So adjust as you need to. Kneeling with the hips, they can be tricky. There's a lot of musculature around there. A lot of different areas for retention or for things to come up. So you're finding this one especially intense. See if you can control the breathing first. If not, it's perfectly fine to ease off a little bit. Restore that breathing. And maybe with that deeper, slower, smoother breath, we'll actually be able to find our way back into that same spot, but with a little bit more comfort, a little bit more freedom. we can allow the body to feel safe and comfortable in how we're practicing. Sometimes it lets us move deeper through the practice, but we need to meet it where it's at today and respect it when it's telling us maybe that's a little bit much. Excellent. Next breath or so starts to walk you back up. Leave your feet where they are for this one. You can lean back a bit if you need to. Just pick the knees up and over. That should automatically reset you on your second side, now facing the back of the mat. That didn't quite work out. Adjust as you need to, finding those 90 degrees at the knees, hips, and back knee once more. And then moving with your breath here, start to draw that chest forward. Making your way into a little bit of a fold. Maybe we play around with some movement side to side. Maybe one spot feels a bit better than another. Just noticing those different areas of intensity and how they change the breath, how they make the body respond. Any of these sensations coming up, we don't necessarily need to label them as immediately good or bad. Notice them. What are they telling you? Whether that is a, yep, this is okay. Keep breathing. Or maybe let's come back. Maybe it sounds a little bit funny today to say listen to your body so much, but the more you do it, the more you give it the opportunity to tell you, the better our awareness becomes. Beautiful. Finding one or two more good breaths here. And then no rush as we make our way back up. Again, leaving the feet planted. Take an inhale to lift the knees. Exhale, let them fall the other way. Then if you want to walk those hands behind you once more, give them another windshield wiper side to side if that feels good. Awesome. We'll find our way onto our stomach next. Legs can come out behind us, tops of feet to the mat. Coming into one of my most favorites. We're going to take that right knee, slide it up the right side of the mat so it comes up towards our ribs, up towards the shoulder or armpit. Cool. From here, maybe it comes out to the side slightly. Hips get really heavy. Feeling a bit of sensation in the adductors or the groin. Hands can rest however is comfortable. My personal preference is give yourself a pillow. And if you're craving just a little bit more today, feel free to extend that right leg away from you. If your mat doesn't take up your entire room, then you're extended. Grab a blanket or anything else you might need to help pad that ankle, that foot, just so it's a little bit more comfortable. Sending the breath deeper through the body, each one. Excellent. We'll start to collect that leg back in towards the other one. Making our way onto our second side. We'll slide that left knee up towards the left ribs, left armpit. Allowing it to open to the side slightly and letting the hips just rest, get really heavy once more. Option to stay as you are or start to extend that left leg, kick it out away from you. Noticing how that opposite leg feels. Now that the right one's just hanging out extended, is it still trying to activate and squeeze? Or is it allowing itself to relax? Next couple of breaths. As you inhale, really feel the belly expand into your mat. Feel the rib cage expand. The exhale just lets you sink. Wonderful. You can tuck the legs back in towards the other one. Hands find their way under shoulders, and then we'll slide them forward slightly. So our elbows come to rest under shoulders instead for Sphinx. You can lift the gaze coming straight ahead. Draw the chest forward by pulling the shoulder blades back and down. Getting proud through the chest. Exhaling to bring it back to the mat. Hands can find their way under shoulders. Get strong through the core. Inhale, press through tabletop. Hands and knees. And send the legs out in front of you. You can grab onto a hamstring and gently make your way onto your back. Love to do that by holding onto the hamstring here. Just find that gentle rock back, a little bit more protected through the back, a little bit more assisted. Bring foot soles in to touch. Let the knees fall open to sides. Continuing with some gentle hip openers. Hands may come to rest on the belly. One on the belly, one on the chest to reconnect with breath. To the legs, to the sides, overhead. And if you're craving a little bit more opening through the front of the hips, add just a little bit of a squeeze through the glutes and release. Sometimes that allows a bit more space to be created. And if the shoulders are sneaking up, see if we can tuck those shoulder blades underneath the body a little bit more. Reestablishing some length in the spine. Some openness through the chest. Filling up the lungs. One more breath here. And hands can find outsides of knees. Help the legs close together like a book. Let's tuck the knees in towards us. Grab for hamstrings or shins. Give yourself a squeeze, a nice little rock side to side. You can let those foot soles find the mat, hip distance apart, close enough to be touching the heels here. Wonderful. Ground down through the feet. Press through all four corners of each foot here. Spread your toes wide. As we inhale, lifting hips. Exhale, press down through heels, down through the shoulders, through the arms, hands. Next exhale lets you come down vertebrae by vertebrae, hips last. Right knee can find its way in towards the chest. Again, just giving that a squeeze. You can extend the opposite leg away. And just playing with some movement here, maybe coming across the body, maybe opening up to the side. Noticing what changes through the different angles. And then pulling that knee all the way across the body. You can open up through the right arm and let that knee fall all the way to the left side of the room. Gentle twist. This is too much. Feel free to stack the left knee under the right. Gaze might follow past the right fingertips, helping that right shoulder to stay heavy on the mat. And then engage through that core, and inhale pulls you through center. You can release the right leg away. The left knee draws its way in towards the chest. Find that squeeze. Play around with the angles. Where does the hip feel good? What changes the sensations? And again here, opening up that left arm to the side. You can start to draw that right knee across towards the opposite wall, opposite side of the mat. Letting it get heavy. One more twist, just wringing things out from our practice. Gaze may follow past that left arm, past the left fingertips. Inhale to draw it back in through center. You can send those legs out long, arms overhead. Take a nice big full body stretch. Maybe yawn it out if you need. And then you can tuck the knees into chest. Finding your way over one side or the other. Come on back up to your seat. Finding an inhale to get really tall. Exhale, just lets the shoulders fall away. Hoping this practice felt really nice, really gentle, opening for you today. Hands can find their way through center to help maintain that openness, that beautiful posture. Thank you so much for joining me for another yoga practice. We'll see you again soon. Namaste.